Whoopsie, didn't mean to do that. Anyway, yeah, welcome back to Tomb Raider Anniversary. There are a million fucking panthers in this hole. I said at the end of the last one we were gonna find out what was in the hole in this one. Well, I'm finding out what's in the hole. It's 45 panthers who are all kicking my ass. And I fucked up the adrenaline shot on like all of them, I think. Maybe I get this one, who knows. Hell yeah. It's pretty satisfying when you do it. I was watching the long play of this game that I sometimes use as a guide, and that motherfucker, whoever does those, he just like, he does the adrenaline shots correct 100% of the time. He just fucking nails it. I can never get the timing. Maybe it's maybe it's easier on controller. I should try this game on controller at some point. There we go, got another one. But I just feel like, especially now, I'm like, it's getting a little bit late in the game at this point, so, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm too used to the mouse and keyboard controls. Also, apologies if you can hear my washer in this room. It'll be really cool when, I mean, I don't know when this will be, but, because, you know, it's a matter of finding it, but, it'll be really cool if, me and Liv ever move to a place where the washer is in another room. Or just in general, wherever my computer would be like, a room more suited to that, because I mean I'm in like our kitchen and living room at the same time, because it's like there's not that many rooms in the apartment, so you know, like she can't like do anything in half of the house because I like when I'm recording audio, and that's not cool. So I don't know what if that will ever be rectified, but hopefully one day it will. Sometime soon. I know I've commented on this before, but carrying all of those guns around seems hard. It doesn't seem very comfortable or good for you. And yeah, this is my extremely dumb brain's slow process of figuring out how to do this. I really should have just said that this was a blind LP of this game, so at least then the amount of, like, dicking around trying to remember how to do things and having to pause and look at the guide to remember how to do things, at least all of that would, like, make some sense. But, like, I've played this game before. I mean, we're rapidly approaching the point that like, the furthest that I ever got. I was hoping to continue playing on my first file of it, alongside recording this LP, like from the point that I was at, which is at the end. It's definitely it's after this chapter and then the one after it, and I don't think I finished the one after that, which I believe is chapter 11. I would think I was in the middle of that one. And then I reformatted my hard drive, and I fucked up the save file transfer process. So, oh, that was cool. That's a cool trick, Lara. Oh, another fucking panther freaking me the fuck out. Yeah, this is not gonna work. I also keep forgetting that you can press space when you get knocked over, and if you do it between when you get knocked and when you fall, then you'll actually just do like a flip hop, and you'll get up and you'll be fine. You won't not take damage, but you won't fall over and take 90 minutes to get up and then just get your ass kicked again. But yeah, the theme of today's video is me not knowing what to do, which is just the theme of this level in general, which I knew going into it. this room is kind of confusing, and one of the main reasons that it was confusing to me is the controls on this part. So yeah, you have to do some of this, and I just want, while I spent a long time trying a lot of different combinations of keys, everything you're seeing here was done holding the same key when I'm jumping off of the thing, because I knew that you're supposed to do that. That was me holding, I'm holding A, which is left in my setup. I'm holding A to go across on the grappling hook, and then stopping and hitting forward. Hitting A again, while facing, like, the wall. So it goes over to the side onto that thingy, onto the ledge. And it works, like, when I do it, that is what I'm doing. Like, when it works, that's what I'm doing. So I feel like that's what works. I'm sure there's several ways you can do it. I know that the person in the guide, and it really threw me off when I first played through this game, I know that the person in the long play, like, swings and tries to get in the middle of the wall, and then jumps off from there onto one of the little podiums, which you can also do. But yeah, like there, sometimes it'll just, Lara will just face the wall and not jump off. Sometimes she'll jump away but not be going for the ledge. Other times it'll work. And I do not sense any rhyme or reason to it. But I also know that I just suck, so I don't know how much of it is that. But yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Like I said, I can't prove it, but I'm hitting all the same keys, and all of these different not what I want things are happening. But then sometimes when I do the exact same thing, it works, and you know what? I do not know why. And yeah, I end up losing like half my health because I'm just breaking my fucking ankles flying off of this wall. And then once you finally get over here, what this is supposed to do is crumble, and you're supposed to be able to quickly go across it as it's crumbling, but instead, at least every time I've played this game, it just fucking yeets you off into the air, and you have to do all this dog shit over again. And by this point, I had done this shit about 1 trillion times, so I was getting better at actually getting over onto the thing from the grappling hook bit. But now, this part is what was confounding me, because I was like, okay, I know that's what you need to do, but this is just making noise and nothing is happening. And that is because I forgot that there's a whole other fucking room over here that you have to do, and there's a switch you have to pull so that something else happens, so that when you do that shit, it actually does the thing that it does. And I took just about every, like, I like tried to jump to all sorts of stuff in the other room, in the pillar room, for like 10 minutes, and then was like, okay, obviously I'm just forgetting something, and yeah, then I just got my fucking bones crunched. It's gonna happen again. I didn't bother editing the mistakes out of this video very much, because it's already a short video, because I wanted to end with the end of this level just for pacing's sake, and, you know, not every video needs to be 45 minutes long. And so, you know, editing it out more would just make it like, 16 minutes, which, that's fine. I guess it's less filler, but you don't get to see any hilarity like this. And, why not? It's, funny, crunchy time. And at least this is just hopping. Like, it's not like other times where I would edit out the mistakes where having to do it again takes like a full minute, and is itself like this whole process. This is just hopping, and I'm just fucking up the hops. I forgot that you have to hop from that one and not the other one because the fucking wall's in the way. But yeah, and then there's a switch, and oh, look at that, we're back in the thing. Yeah, I completely... This whole thing up in this little grating spot is supposed to be your hint of what you're supposed to do, and maybe also look behind you after you climb up the ladder and get shot by the scary Egyptian beastie, to notice that there's another fucking place with a ladder that takes you up to this thing. But I was not observant. What else is new? I don't know what's going on in the video game. Oh boy. Anyway, hopping back is much easier than hopping there. Probably because when you're hopping there, the platforms are moving because of difficulty. Maybe that's the kind of stuff that would change with the difficulty changes. Maybe it's like, you know, the traps and terrain are less forgiving. But I have to imagine it's mostly just enemy stuff. It's either just like the amount of damage you take goes up, the amount of damage you deal goes down, or, you know, the amount of damage that the enemies have is more, or just the enemies are harder in some respect. I don't know how much more difficult or easy you could make just shooting things, but I guess you could. Or is it, you know, like every room is the same, but there's just fire shooting out of holes everywhere, and you have to watch out for those. Anyway, I always kind of liked this thing. As much as I hate this part, as much as I think it's kind of like drawn out and not very fun, and like several parts of this game, at least with the keyboard controls, I feel like I actually, you know, now I'm thinking about it, I really don't think that being on the controller would really rectify the problems I have with that part. I'm imagining doing that swinging part, like doing the equivalent of it with a controller rather than keyboard controls, and I still imagine it being finicky and annoying. Because, I mean, I am pressing the correct direction, it's just, you know, it's like a lot of other things in this game where the positioning, the camera, the timing, and then just what the game feels like doing. You know, they have to, all the planets have to align sometimes. You have to be kind of precise a few times. Anyway, speaking of drawn out things, are you ready to move some boxes? Because I'm going to move every one of these and look inside of these rooms and then immediately forget what's in them and have to look in them again because what is in them is actually relevant. But right now I'm just looking for goodies, and other than that one thing, it's a pretty fruitless attempt because the only things that's in any of these fucking rooms is ammo that I can't pick up for some reason. A thing about this game that I still don't understand, because it's not like I do anything special with any of my weapons or anything, or ammo. I have the default guns out that have infinite bullets, and I shoot them at things, and I don't do anything else. And like when there's a ammo pickup and I can pick it up, I will. So does that just mean it's full? Do I need to be switching guns and using ammo more in order to pick up the ammo? Is that it? I mean, I guess that would make sense. I still think you should just be able to pick it up. Or at least, like, tell me, like, no, your thing is full. You're full of bullets. You're full of gun. Anyway, so this is me trying to piece together what we need to do, and what it is that the big pictures on the top correlate with the symbols on each of these 4 pillars, and then there's a drawing of the guy holding up a thing, either the tents or a person, or I think like a tree or something, and some other shit. A pot, I think, like a vase, pottery. Yeah. See, it's a pot in the goose, on the goose pillar. So yeah, you know, for each one, you turn the picture for the corresponding symbol. You turn that picture to face the door on those little pillars, and it's a little bit finicky. And you know, I'm trying to just like commit all of these to memory now and actually like remember. Got to get those gears in the old noggin turning for once. Yeah, and luckily it does like stop a little bit when you move one over. Yeah, it does kind of stop on the line, like where it needs to be lined up, but it can still like shift over, and it does need to be precisely lined up. So it can be a little bit of a pain in the bum, because you have to be precise, or else the gods will not love you and open the door for you. And once again, you know, why bother editing out this awesome content? Fucking, this is the life of an explorer, okay? This is the life of an adventurer looking for the secrets of our past. I like the guy who's holding... Are those supposed to be, like, tents? Like houses? That's always what I thought they were. But I'm probably wrong. I don't know what they are. So yeah, you gotta do some shifting around to to get it precise. And yeah, they keep giving you these tasty click noises like you're getting it, and so it just confuses me. Slightly related to what I was talking about in the last video. I feel like I've talked about it before, so I really actually am not all that inclined to go too deep into it, but I was gonna say, while talking about the whole just like stuff that I want to do with my YouTube channels thing, I think I was thinking about it, and I really do think that, not just for me but just in general, I think the ideal size of YouTube audience is like 50,000 subscribers max. Obviously, probably not if you're hoping to actually make a career out of it, but I just mean in terms of it being fun to have a YouTube account. Like, more fun than not, because I feel like that's enough where you can get good, decent viewership and feedback, but it's not enough that you'll often be like mobbed, and that you can kind of do what you want and be a little bit more down to earth. So that would be pretty much the maximum of what I would want as like a follower base. But luckily, I don't really ever have to worry about that, because I doubt that will happen. I think I as a person appeal to about 500 people max.